been a couple weeks. Who would one, everybody reset your bennies to 3. And who would like to start this session with a 4th Benny by reminding us what happened last session? So, is that 2
Burnt.
chupacabras and 2 hearts?
Three hearts and 3 capybaras. But
Okay.
If they had
whatever happened,
chup-
I was apparently at 0 pennies left.
Okay.
You were, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of us
3.
used a lot of bennies.
Yeah.
Where are
I know we started off with the fight against the Tumblebleed, which is still just a beautiful name for a monster.
No notes.
I'm trying to remember what happened after the fight with the Tumblebleeds, because
After the fight with the Tumblebleeds was the ending of the fight with the. Well, it happened simultaneously with the ending of the fight with the people who
brought the Tumblebleeds.
Yeah,
we captured
yeah.
one and brought.
Abby almost got shot. Kane did get shot in the neck.
Yeah.
Friendly fixed it. The other person who got shot was, I cannot remember her name, but Thomas's. I was gonna say friend. I'm gonna use friend with an asterisk next to it.
Yeah.
3, like friend 3 asterisks.
Jane Stevens.
Yeah.
Jane
And
Stevens,
I don't.
who's down rotten for Thomas.
Yeah, I think an asterisk and a question mark might be.
Asterisk parentheses question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we caught one. The last of the Tumblebleed, the people who brought the Tumblebleeds, and Sister Winter offered a lot for her to be brought back alive. We haven't gotten any real answers out of them yet. But yeah, I guess that was the fade to black moment, and we're left wondering: are we fading to black for Thomas or fading to black because that's the end of the episode?
There was
there was a city adventure.
Yeah, there was shopping.
Right, we did make it into Colorado and do some shopping.
Specifically because there was quite a bit of shit where Thomas found a I think it's a Hellstrom Industries
outpost. Yeah,
some kind of
like a showroom over there.
Yeah, a showroom, but was more interested in the actual warehouse part of it.
Yeah,
I don't remember what the result of the
Joan bought a
scouting
bunch
was.
of Ghost Rock as well.
Yeah, Joan spent
we were looking to. We were looking to see if they had.
Joan bought both Ghost Rock and refined Ghost Rock.
Yeah, she spent way too much money.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I am not gonna lie.
I don't even know what we're gonna do with it.
And Kane went and bought some new clothes for himself, and he paid
for the funeral for the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, you know what?
Yeah, after that we came back.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty good group effort. It's everyone sort of tag teaming the.
I think where we're currently at is the evening's activities got underway. Everybody is doing their own versions of what those involve. I think Abby is straight up just doing revelry. Friendly's going around talking to the people who get left alone. I think the other 3 had just arrived back, right?
We were just coming back.
And Cornelius had gone to the train yard and was coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Actually talk to St. Nicholas.
Yeah.
Excellent. How about everybody gets a Benny for that, and we will revisit. Yeah, we'll just say we are here. Everybody has returned to the site of the Weird West Review. Kane and Thomas are just returning. What have Friendly and Abby been up to here?
If I recall, I was spending my time essentially refilling all my vials, and unseen by anyone, also doing the effort of refilling the contraption on her spine to make sure that that is all available to her.
Yeah,
Okay.
we had
Essentially
done that
recovering
over.
power points.
We'd done that over the course of a couple hours, I think, because
Yeah.
I was doing my prank.
Yeah. And so basically what I'm trying to do is set the scene for what's going on as Thomas and Kane return to the carnival site.
I can give it a shot. I think in this moment, Friendly is like standing next to just some gawky looking like teenager, like putting a hand on the shoulder and like taking him over to go like look at one of the attractions, like
Right.
caught one of the kids who just got left alone,
Okay.
or like whose friends group just kind of left him.
Well, are you sure you don't have anything better to do, mister?
Oh, I'm good. You want to go? Oh, you should be happy to see the lion.
I don't know. That thing's pretty big. Seems awfully scary.
Well, no secret.
Hmm.
He's smarter than either of us.
Well, doesn't that just make him even scarier?
I guess. Okay, if you wink at him 3 times, he'll wink back at you twice. I think I can't. Yeah. Yeah, that.
All right. Well, if you say so. He sort of starts wandering over in that direction. You can hear from the tent, Sister Winter, firing off the shotgun, to
Yeah.
indicate that the next sort of show, is upcoming. There's some target shooting that some people are going to do, some trick sort of target shooting stuff that people are going to be doing. The kid you're escorting jumps a little bit at the sound of the shotgun.
Yeah, just smile through it.
He does not seem to be any more at ease, but is like content to have someone else like telling him what he's supposed to be doing here. He's pretty overwhelmed.
This is pretty much exactly it.
Okay.
It's like it's to find those people who clearly like cannot work with this vibe, and then
Right.
just show them around so they see all of the stuff. The thing that I think it pissed off Sister Winter when we had a brief conversation about it last episode.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sister Winter's position would mostly be, hey, lead them to places where they're going to spend money.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Friendly is not getting that. I think Friendly was like,
Right.
yeah, sure, and then proceeded to not do
Right.
it.
Abby, now that you're all restocked and various bits of the show are going on and bits of the Michigas that surrounds it is going on, what do you think you're doing?
Abby is wherever there is the most sort of cheering. So she's going from sort of event to
Okay.
event, like just sort of blending in with the crowds, trying to
Well, I mean, I would say by far the most like sustained cheering is coming from the big tent where there's trick riding and trick shooting going on. And so that's where the biggest crowd is. That's where the biggest cheers are coming from. And so if Abby just wants to be surrounded by that type of energy, that's probably going to be.
Well, she's also trying to hype it up like even more. Just
Oh, I gotcha.
make sure that from essentially from the performer perspective, make sure that the performers can see that everybody's like
Oh, so Abby's just doing the hype woman routine. She's like,
exactly.
she's she's marching back and forth outside the tent. Oh, damn! Did you hear that? Don't you want to get in there? Cool. Very cool. All right. Well, Kane and Thomas, as you return, you see that the review is pretty much in full swing. There's no sign or indication of any of the violence that occurred here late this afternoon. As you're walking in, um, you may hear a couple people whisper about rumors that there was some sort of gunfight or some sort of um, attack by some wild creatures of some sort, but nobody really seems to have any idea of what actually happened. What is your course of action as you are returning?
Um, Thomas will look to Kane and ask him, "You ever do them trick shot shows?"
Mm, you know, not really hip hop. I like to watch, but when me and Friendly were doing our thing together, yeah, I used to do like trick shots for him, help get the little word around.
They ever ask you to be a part of the show here?
Have they ever asked me to be a part of the show?
They have not. They Sister Winter's sort of general perspective is that you are part of your you're a different entity entirely, and she is being paid to transport you around, and if you guys want to help out, she will certainly welcome it, but her sort of expectation is that you're not going to do anything to hurt the review, right? And beyond that, you're sort of kind of on your own. She might enlist you, for sort of menial tasks. But it's always stuff that if you don't do it, she can just find someone else to do it. It's nothing where like she's counting on you to um, be a significant portion of the show. And in fact, right, it's why Jane Stevens' requests of Thomas, right, are a little unusual. They're like obviously, Sister Winter knows what she does and what her show is about, and clearly can understand that Thomas being a regular part of that show would make things significantly easier. But that's a line that she won't cross. She's not going to ask Thomas to be part of that show, just like she wouldn't ask you to be part of the Trick Shot show.
Mm, you know, now that I think about it, yeah, she never asked me. I Now I'm playing into my hindrance. Why the hell she didn't ask me? I'm the best around.
That's what I was thinking.
You want to go?
It'd be good to size up the competition.
Mm,
Maybe
yeah,
after the crowd leaves, you and their best shot could have a contest.
hey, you know what? I think that's a good idea. Get the crowd real riled up too, like a little mysterious challenger.
I was thinking after, but with the crowd, sure.
Yeah,
We
let's
could
do it.
make them a lot of money.
Hey, why not? Show it off when you can, right?
Maybe we could put a bottle on my head and you shoot it off.
A bottle? Hey, it might be a little too easy.
Oh, well, then maybe a coin or something.
Okay, let's not push it.
I think we head towards the Big Ten.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um, so you guys head towards the big tent. You see Abby over there,
Working the crowd.
right, hyping people up, doing the her best impression of a carnival barker. Um, so it is your intention to become part of the show this evening. Is that accurate?
yes, yes, sir. That is accurate.
Okay.
I think that is accurate. Yeah.
Okay. How do you go about doing that?
Okay, how's it looking so far? Like, is it more like everybody's getting ready? It's like, is it already like all fully in effect?
Oh no, I mean the show's underway. There's
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
uh there's right now they're in a section where an individual is just sort of riding back and forth the length of the interior of the tent on a horse. And as they do so, at either end, there's somebody throwing plates up in the air, and this person is has a lever action rifle and is shooting the plates.
Um, let's walk over to Harry, like one of the presenter, and
Mhm.
tell him to after the next act, introduce us in.
All right. Let's do that.
Wait, what's your stage name, Kane?
Oh God, what's my stage name? How about let's do the Saint. Saint. There, that's good. Uh,
The
I'm
Saint?
the Saint of shooting. Is that not a good name? That you don't like that?
Sure.
Okay, I need confirmation that you like the name. Is it not
Well, you said kind of three names. I do
the
like
Saint?
them all.
The Saint. It can be multiple. We can workshop it. We can workshop it. You got
I think the Saint is good.
it. See, there we go. There we go. All right. All right. I'm getting ready now.
All right. Harry, he's the Saint, and I'll be uh, the Iron Wonder.
Ooh, that's a good one. Bro, you're good at this. All
Wait,
right. All right.
Harry is a bit confused. He's like, I don't understand. Like, you're you're just gonna be part of the show? Like, what about the shooters now? Do they know you're gonna be part? Have you cleared this with them?
No, they're
Uh,
not better than me, so why would I?
Because this is a show. It's Sister Winter's show. Have you cleared this with Sister Winter?
Is she gonna be mad?
Have you known her to be reasonable?
well,
She seems all right to me.
if she's gonna be mad no matter what, then where's the trouble?
Uh,
It'll be just a short presentation.
All right, but if anybody asks, you forced me to do it.
I wouldn't jeopardize your employment, Harry.
All right. Here we go, I guess. And Harry walks out to the middle of the tent and just all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Big Wade Sunday. Big round of applause. And
Wade.
and he said, now listen, it's not every day that we have a treat as special as the one we have today. All the way from St. Louis, Missouri, the Saint has heard the legend of Big Wade Sunday and has come all the way from St. Louis to challenge him to test his skill. That all you fine men, women, and children might witness. And I said, oh, I'm sorry you've made the trip, Saint, but there's no way the people of Denver would be interested in something like that. That's way too much for their timid souls to be able to take. Isn't that right, good people of Denver? And the booze rained down. He's like, what's that? Have I misspoken? Have I misrepresented the character of you fine people?
I'm like trying to hype up the crowd too, getting into it.
And this goes on for a bit until says, all right, well, let's set our friends up here. And I think what we will do is we don't want either of these skilled gunmen to actually put their lives on the line. But we can do the best we can to simulate a good old gunfighting duel. How does that sound, everybody? And there's big cheers go up. And they take a little time to set up targets. It's about, they set you up about 20 paces from each other, right? And as opposed to shooting at each other, you will be shooting at targets.
All right. Okay. Works great for me. Works great for me.
All right. Let's pull this guy map so I can stuff easier. Go. Okay.
Adam, can you unpause the game?
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna roll a quick notice check to see if I recognize the sound of Cade's gun going off in there.
Yeah, you can make that at +2. You know the sound of that gun. Although the thing is, he hasn't fired it yet.
No,
Right.
this is the for when it is fired in a second.
Gotcha.
Not gonna do anything yet. Just so I know once the competition starts if Kane is firing a gun in there.
Gotcha.
So yeah, nothing right now, just for when it kicks off.
Right.
Adam, I was so ready to like play the heel like an asshole character for these people.
Mm.
Okay. And what I'm assuming you still have your edge about duels.
Yes.
Okay. So, let's
Ooh, get back to my theme.
right. And so you can spend there are 3 rounds. The way this is going to work, right? There are 3 rounds. There's no shooting on the first 2 rounds. The first 2 rounds are all about trying to intimidate your opponent. And we're going to play a little fast and loose. Some of the conditions would only, some of the conditions affect that person's ability to um, take damage. And even though you're not technically shooting at this person, we're just going to count the target that you're shooting at as part of them so that we can continue with these mechanics. That sound reasonable?
Yeah, that sounds very reasonable.
Okay. I will say this. Friendly, with that notice check, you don't need to hear a gunshot. You hear someone announcing that there's going to be this dramatic test of skills, and in order to test skills, it's going to be a duel. And you're like, well, there's no way there's dueling going on here, and Kane's not involved in it. Right?
Yeah, I probably actually like pivot away from the kid because I genuinely think it's a fucking duel, and I'm like, oh god, no, not again. Somebody's
Okay.
gonna fucking die.
Okay.
Like without
Excellent.
knowing that it's set up, it's like no
Right.
fucking way did he talk them into a duel. Oh shit.
Excellent. Great. Kane, you see the card you've got. Do you want to spend a penny to give yourself an additional action card to try and improve your ability here?
You said roll an additional card?
Well, do you want to spend a penny? You see the action
Yeah,
card that you
I
have.
do actually. Yeah, I do
Okay,
want to
so
spend another card.
you're right. Deduct a penny and just in the combat tracker, click on your card to give yourself a new one.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
All right. So I'm not sure why it has that with the new card. You are going first, right? And so your options here, right, are to do something to try and intimidate or distract or confuse your opponent so it makes it more difficult for them to make their shot.
Also, only you spent 2 bennies just now.
It didn't take the Benny off from me, so I just took it off myself.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, you're at 2 when you should be at 3, just in case you need them. I just want to make sure
Oh
your
yeah, I
count.
forgot we
Yeah,
started with the fourth one.
yeah. I want to make sure your count is correct.
Okay, thank you. I think as well.
Okay. So what would you like to do on your first turn here?
I'm just gonna shoot the boy here a real menacing look. I think
Okay.
I'm gonna menacing look and say I'm sorry.
Oh hell, he's giving him the saint stare.
Okay. Um, excellent. Why don't you make me an intimidation roll?
I got you.
Oh,
Oh,
that fucking got me.
got 6.
The Saint stare.
The Saint stare, pendant stare. Hold
The
up.
penance stare.
Okay, um I think under this circumstance, uh Big Wade isn't quite intimidated. It's not like he's thinking to himself, like, man, that dude looks real serious considering we're putting on like an exhibition. Does he know he's not actually going to shoot me? Wait, he's not actually going to shoot me, is he? Right? And now he's just confused, and so he's distracted.
Wait, is he gonna shoot me?
I think that's a real question for everybody to be asked. Is Kane really gonna shoot this guy right now?
Right. Okay. So he is what is he gonna do?
Oh, Big Wade.
Right.
Big Wade.
Big Wade is going to adjust his stance, right? So that he can try and get some light reflecting off his belt buckle and shining into your eyes.
Ooh.
Now I got to figure out what role that's going to be. That doesn't make any sense at all. Let's try this. Yeah, you don't notice anything, right? But Big Wade notices that like there's a reflection on like your chin, right? And he'd have to tilt his pelvis in a very awkward and uncomfortable way to get this in your eyes. So he has no effect here. So we're going on to the next round. You want to spend bennies to change your card at all?
Nah.
Okay. What's your plan now?
I'm playing right now. Let's see. I guess I really just want to, because I'm not really taking this super seriously because
Mhm.
my life is not on the line. But how do I do this? Okay, can I? I'm putting on a performance. Can I use my persuasion check to make it look like I actually? Can I try to taunt him? And
Uh,
it's just like, you want my left or my right?
yeah, sure.
This is an unskilled attempt. I just, I want to put on a performance for everybody
Mhm.
here.
Yeah. Let's see it.
Let's do it. Oh shit. Also, I want to remind you too, Adam.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
also have the thin-skinned hindrance. So if you want to taunt me back, go
Mhm.
for it.
Okay. Yeah, at this point, um, my man is he's now convinced that you're going to shoot him. He's like, yeah,
This is actually how
like,
Kane dies because this guy really fires at me, and I shoot the
well,
target.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
his eyes are like darting. You can see his eyes are darting off to the sides. Right. He's not paying nearly as much attention as he should be to what's actually going. Like he's trying to get someone's attention to stop this.
Yeah,
Right.
he catches eyes with Thomas, who's making the like finger across the neck.
Right.
But he just thinking you're gonna lose.
Right. Like, I mean, it's weird because, like, it's not like he doesn't know you guys, right?
Yeah.
But he also knows you've never done this before. And as far as he's concerned, like, it's not like you guys are buddies either. He knows that you guys are hired guns, hired by someone else to do something else. So the fact that you've inserted yourselves in the show, he's super confused. Your behavior has him totally freaked out. He just screams out in an attempt to taunt you. Yeah, the saint of shit, maybe.
That'll do.
Yeah, that works. Actually, that works.
It's like at this time as fucking Friendly's coming in and catches that, like, oh,
Hey, what's
and
what
make
do
eye
I
contact with Abby, just look pale.
what do I roll to
Abby's got a big
resist
shit-eating
arms?
grin on her face, 2 thumbs up. They're really hyping it up out there.
What do I roll to resist
this is
yeah.
an opposed roll, so you need to roll smarts, but because you're hindrance,
smart.
you need to roll it at a -2.
Okay, yep, got you. -2. Let's go.
Kate's smart.
Yeah, I am smart. I got a D6.
He
Yeah,
understands Nietzsche.
it's true. Yo, he's been smart.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I think like there's probably a moment where Kane is like, did this motherfucker just call me the saint of shit? But you like squint a little bit and focus and see like his eyes are jittering all over the place. And you're like, oh no, like that dude's a step away from shitting himself. Of course shit's on his mind. Like this has nothing to do with me. Like he's terrified.
like, who the fuck does he think he's talking to right now? Oh wait.
Right.
Oh yeah, this is actual performance. I got lost in the scene for a second.
Right. All right, and that was his turn. So now we go to the next round.
Alright.
You can spend another Benny, right? If
gonna
you
spend
want
that Benny.
to change your position or attempt to change your position, go for it.
Yeah, we gotta let's see.
I mean, surely it can't get worse.
He generally I don't believe he can get that much
Surely
worse.
it won't be a 2.
Surely, guys, it will not be a 2. Oh my god, oh my god, I just forgot how to do it.
Gonna feel real awkward when you have to duel right after this for real.
Oh yeah, a guy
Um,
actually wants to kill me. I forgot how to
You,
do it.
in the
Hard
combat
attack.
tracker, if you click on your card, that'll give you a new card.
Oh yeah. Yep, drop any. Oh, that's really good.
That is very good.
All right, take that shot.
What if I roll a 1 right here, guys? This would be so fucking funny. Yeah, let's go roll it. Let's go. I'm rolling a Benny. Nope, you're not doing me like this right now. A 6.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, you shoot first. You hit the target. It's not a bullseye. It's probably like somewhere not in a bullseye or that first ring, probably the second ring out. But I mean, it's a great shot, and you've beaten Big Wade. Let's see what his eventual shot looks like. Uh, well, Big Wade. Um, Big Wade is clearly slower. Like, I mean, a full, like, your gun fires, everyone sees the impact on the target before Big Wade is able to shoot. But Big Wade fires and hits the bullseye. Right. And
Whoa,
so,
Big Wade.
Put put my hands up in the air.
you got, and so, um, yeah, Big Wade sees your hands up in the air, right? And like he uh tips his hat and sort of jogs out to the middle of the ring and sort of waves you forward, right? And are you heading out to meet him?
Yeah, I'm heading out to meet him. It's a
Okay.
big
Um,
performance.
right. As you meet him in the middle of the ring, he leans in close and he just, oh man, thanks for letting me win. Or at least, thanks for not, hitting that bullseye right off the bat. This is the only way I got to make money. I wouldn't want Sister Winter to kick me out of the show.
I'm over here smiling big, and then I'm gonna lean over into his ear.
Mhm.
Next time you try to upstage me like that again, I'm gonna really fucking shoot you.
Uh, Big Wade lets go of your hand and like turns his back on you and just starts waving to the crowd as he makes a fast exit from the tent.
I'm also start waving.
Yeah.
Bow.
And Henry's just calling out to everybody. Well, I guess that's a draw. The Saint himself has shown that he is a skilled and vicious gunman, but Big Wade Sunday of Sister Winter's Review is nothing to be toyed with either. Let's give them both a hand, everybody.
Big Wade.
Big Wade. Take my bow, and I guess I'm gonna head off with Big Wade. Not with Big Wade. I'm gonna head probably back to Thomas.
Hey, that was good shooting.
Yeah, that was a good shot.
Sister Winter's waiting for you outside of the tent.
Yep.
Dare I try to run interference here and just pull one of those, like, did you see them? Did you see how excited everybody is from in the
hold a
audience?
hand out. I hold a hand out and shake my head. Not this one.
Sister Winter just goes, "What the fuck was that?"
A show. That's what you wanted. A show.
Not paying you extra.
I ain't wanting to be paid.
Oh, all right. Well, kill him next time. I don't give a shit. She
Oh,
walks off.
okay.
Wow. I thought we was gonna get an earful.
Right. Henry comes running over and it's like, don't kill him next time.
Okay. Well,
Well, that was
great.
exciting. Shall we? What's next? What shall we do?
Shit. That was a lot of adrenaline just running through me right now.
Honestly,
let's
I'm just happy nobody actually got shot.
Why would you think that?
Yeah.
Duel. I just lock eyes with Kane.
You do you? I don't kill everybody I meet. You know that, right?
In a duel, you try.
It's a duel. This is a performance.
From outside, what I heard was duel.
What I'm curious about, just so I can fully understand, I don't kill everybody I meet. Is the emphasis in that sentence on don't, or is the emphasis on that sentence everybody?
Everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
Got
No
it.
one was gonna get hurt. Kane doesn't miss, and he didn't.
Yeah, the crowd ate it up.
Hey, yeah. Honestly, you know,
Yeah,
just
crowd
having
had
a
a
little
great
fun.
time.
Yeah.
I think as the evening wears on, as long as you guys hang around, there are people that the more, I guess, provincial maybe is the word I'm looking for. The certainly the more sober individuals here. You know, some come up to shake your hand. Everyone refers to you as Saint. No one knows you as Kane. So some come up to shake your hand. Some pat you on the back.
Yo,
The drunker people are, you hear some people from across the way scream, "Yo, Saint! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Saint." Right? Every now and then you hear an individual's like, "Ah, I could take the Saint."
Huh?
Right. And when you whip your head around, like, there's no way to identify who, like, they're clearly beer muscles and they're cowards. But those are few and far between. It's mostly adulation. I think let's see. I think Jane probably tries to rope you into one more performance, Thomas.
yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, it's from your perspective, it's very simple. Like, she stands up in front of a crowd and rambles on and on about how she's created you to do all these mundane things, and then she describes mundane things and you do them. And
Yeah.
you know,
I am imagining Abigail at the back, like still playing the hype person. Yeah, she created the. What the fuck did that bitch say? I mean,
right. Well, like, I think what I think is, like, you're pretty good at being like, oh no, like, the part where she's claiming that she created Thomas, like, it's easy for you to sort of ignore and be like, that's preposterous on its face, right? But I think the part that really gets you is when she's like, and look, just like a normal human gentleman, right? I've created him so that he can mimic drinking out of a teacup. And the crowd sort of oohs and ahs as Thomas picks up a cup and puts it to his blank faceplate and puts it back down. That's the part where Abigail is like, are you fucking kidding me? This is what people find exciting? He doesn't have a fucking mouth.
I'm like holding Abigail back. Like, this is a real person we need to be like concerned about right now.
Right.
I like.
let me go, Kate. Let me go. I'm going to slap that look right off her face.
Trust me, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I think from like Thomas's perspective, it's like those shots where like he's still, but everything is moving quickly around him. Like his perspective of like, I'm just doing these things,
Yeah.
and time is just progressing at this point.
Very cool. I like that a lot. And I think it makes perfect sense that in these moments, Thomas would just be like, look, all I got to do is wait for whatever her prompt is for the next dumb thing I'm supposed to do, right? And this will all be over soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. this goes on. I think actually we'll say that yeah,
Bro,
I
if
think
there's
we'll
like
say
scuffle in the circus, we need to get Big Wade like on team, right? Really
okay,
get
yeah, yeah.
Wade.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, he can shoot, right? I
Yeah,
think you
like
might need to
he's
have a
good.
conversation with him just to clear things over a little bit, particularly since what I was just contemplating, I don't think Big Wade shows up for the second show and the Saints gotta like fill in for him, which he does admirably, right? They have to remove actually, you don't have the writing skill, do you, Kane?
Oh no, I do
No.
not have the
No,
writing
yeah,
skill.
so yeah, right. So they remove all that from the show, and it's just, um, people throwing plates up in the air and you shooting at them. Um, they try something new. They like that fake duel, that simulated duel thing enough, right? That this time around they ask people, they appeal to the audience who wants to know what it's like to be in a real gunfight, a real duel against a real killer, right? And somebody raises their hand and volunteers and say, they're talking up a big game, but by the second round of staring you down, the person is actually pissed themselves and they have to like take this person sobbing from the tent. And so they show's over a little early. People are laughing at this person, but you do fine standing in. Things start to wind down significantly, and people start packing up for the night. As is the normal practice that you have seen a bunch of times. Um, After about 20 minutes of nobody being here and it's clear that they're closing up shop for the evening, Daniel just pushes open the door to his cage and just starts roaming around. What would y'all like to do as the evening is winding down?
I go give my man Daniel a good pat on the head.
Mhm.
Um, Thomas does everything that he wants to do. Just see what tomorrow brings.
All right. Anybody else?
I think this is probably like the most timid y'all seen Kane because he's not used to being this popular, and I don't think he really cares for all that much. I think he's gonna head back to his room, and I think he's just like he's gonna write a letter. He's gonna write a letter. Uh,
Okay, before
I'm just
before
making
we
this.
get there, right? I hear you, right?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
put a pin in that for a second. I hear you want to head
yeah,
back to your room, so you want to head back to the train.
yeah.
Okay. Who all's heading back to the train, and who's staying here, or is everybody
Uh,
heading back to the train?
I'll head back to the train.
I think we're heading to the train. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. If no one else has gone to speak to Henry, I think that's where Abigail will go.
Okay.
The other shooter, Henry, right? I got
The other shooter's Big Wade. Big Wade
Big
Sunday.
Big way.
fix my note.
Yeah, Henry is the official carnival bark.
The
That's
carnival boy. Yeah. Okay.
and we'll just kind of spend some time talking to Big Wade,
Okay.
hyping up the show, saying, "Oh, it's a great show you put on. Kane could seem terrifying to lots of people, but
Well,
uh,
is he an actor or is he a real killer? Because it sure looked like he was thinking about shooting me.
she'll just not just sort of start not answer the question and just take the
Right.
conversation somewhere else.
Right.
Oh, unless you're so Big Wade, how did you get into show business? How
Yeah,
did
and
you come to join Sister Winters? Uh,
Big Wade is happy to talk about himself. He's a pretty jolly fellow, right? And it turns out that his backstory, in the short time that this conversation has gone on, right, is that he comes from a family of bank robbers, right? And as such was taught to use guns at a very young age, right? But never had the real stomach for it, and chickened out the two times that he was invited um, to join his family on bank robberies. And they said, look, if you chicken out this third time, don't bother coming home. And he never waited to see if he'd chicken out. He just left home and never went back, and was lucky enough to find Sister Winter so that he could use the skills that he has gained in an entertaining way, as opposed to one that might end up costing people, um, at a minimum, money, and at worst, their lives. So that's Big Wade Sunday's story.
Big Wade, you are truly an inspiration. That is a genuinely heartwarming story. You are a good person. I am glad that we have met you here. And then we'll just keep talking to Big Wade all night.
Great. Yeah, Big Wade, if you are going to continue talking to him, he is also going to go back to his quarters at the train, right? He's leaving the campsite here to sort of the overnight crew who takes care of things. There's a
My God,
slow,
you guys have the awkward "we're going the same way" moment.
Oh, no,
right?
we don't. No, we
Yeah,
don't. There's just an arm looped through Big Wade's arm. I'll feel much safer walking since I'm
yeah,
with such a
right,
clear sharpshooter.
right. And there's a slow trickle from here to the train yard, actually in both directions. Um, the the strangest bit of it is Edward, quote unquote, walking Daniel back to the train yards. There's a big sort of blanket draped over Daniel, and it looks like there's a leash, but the leash is just connected to the blanket and not connected to Daniel at all. um, but they've done this routine enough that all but the most observant and skittish of people just sort of look at it and be like, fucking circuit's full. Um, and yeah, so we are back at, I have it here somewhere. Hold on.
I have the nonsensical idea of Thomas and Daniel ripping fat bongs.
Fucking Shaggy and Scooby Doo
Yeah,
style.
One of you
like,
doesn't breathe, the other is a lion. That makes
Right.
this all
yeah.
that more that
I
much
just put it
more
up to my
amazing.
face.
The picture of you holding it up for the lion to toke out of is
He's got a little spigot next to his brain juice jar. You could just rip some bong water in there for a bit.
All right. Yeah, you guys are back at um
Is there a
Yes.
name to this train?
There is not.
The train.
Yeah, if you would like to name it, that is certainly up to you. And for shits and giggles, we'll say that Daniel has wandered into your car this evening.
Hey.
And you know what? I think Ed would be there as well. If Daniel's here. Great. So you're in your car.
Where's Big Wade? We walk back. I'm just kidding.
Big Wade has gone back to Big Wade's quarters. Right? Big Wade, I think, wants to have a few drinks alone and try and calm his nerves. And yeah, as you're here, the phonograph machine starts making that telltale buzzing sound.
Thomas puts a finger to the front of his faceplate. Nose goes.
I
That's
just
just
walk
not even
forward to
fair.
pick it up.
I was gonna say, I'll just go pick
Yeah,
up.
Friendly starts pulling the like immediately starts doing the crank and
Right.
looks over at you, Abby. Do you want me to talk, or you want me to crank and you talk?
We can all talk. We're all here. We're all working.
I pick it up.
It sort of, the familiar voice fades in. Hello? Hello? My pigeons?
Hello there.
Oh, my pigeons have returned to the roost. What of your endeavors?
Just out and aboutin', you know.
I understand from Cornelius that you completed the previous mission without, unfortunately, without the best of outcomes. Professor Pemberton seems no more.
That is true.
He was deceased by the time we had arrived. Anyway, there was nothing we could have done to help him.
Had been for some time.
Well, that is unfortunate. I have heard from his partner that I need to send someone or someone to pick up his experiment. Was there too much for you to carry?
Certainly nothing we could have made it back to the train with easily. No.
I see. Very well. All I was privy to were his reports on his results, so I do not have a great idea of the exact size of the actual experiment. But if you say there was...
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Cornelius would have told you. Abigail will just break down in probably exhaustive medical and mechanical detail.
This individual is both surprisingly interested and you find asks surprisingly good questions. And as you're wrapping it up, he'll say, oh, very well. So you have left everything at the site for me to and my people to collect?
Yes, should still be there with the partner.
I switch arms.
Wonderful. Well, when do you think you would be ready to engage in another endeavor on my behalf?
Well,
Now?
I'm ready now, but they need sleep.
Very well. This one is not it's not urgent, but in that there's no clock counting down. But I have sent a courier to Kansas City. The last report I had from him was from somewhere outside of Lakeland, Kansas.
Oh,
And I
okay.
have
That's
not heard a thing since. If you could go to Lakeland and see if you can find out what has happened to him.
I believe that can be arranged.
Yes, that would be most appreciative. Joseph Fredrickson, a very nice man. I am concerned, although he had nothing but information, and I can't imagine it is information that anyone else would be able to understand, much less be able to use. So I'm quite confused as to why he has been waylaid. Well, is there anything else that I can do for you?
You said Joseph Fredrickson?
Yes. And he'll give you all the details, which I'm sure I will have at some point.
Should we find this? Should we find Mr. Fredrickson? What is it you'd like us to do?
Well, if you find him and he is alive, I'd very much like to know why he has not made it to Kansas City as of yet. But if he has found a fate similar to Professor Amberton's, please
Hmm.
let me know and I will make a decision about what to do next.
And you said that he was last seen in.
Outside of Lakeland, Kansas, I would start your search there.
Can do.
Excellent. How do you find traveling with Sister Winter?
Seems agreeable enough to me, at least. Just sort of looks around at everyone.
We're all nodding, but you can't see that.
Maybe in the next version, but no. For now, it is the ear tunnel patent pending is audio only.
Ear tunnel. Interesting.
Yes, a name that I and I alone have come up with. And you hear him like laughing, like he's clearly like it's
Pleased with his joke.
yeah, he's pleased with himself about cracking that particular joke. Well, very well. Is there anything else that I can do for any of you?
I don't think so.
Well, in that case, I hope you have a lovely evening. as
Kane has like
the
fully dissociated when Abigail and started going into detail about what medical and mechanical shit. So I think that finally snaps him out of it.
right. That's pretty cool. Yeah, he's completely faded out in the middle of that part of the conversation and doesn't snap back to until he's like, "Oh wait, that person's not talking anymore." Friendly has stopped
Cranking.
cranking the handle on this thing. Edward actually chimes in and just says, "Man, that's one weird record." Daniel rolls his eyes.
Oh my god. Yep.
That it is. That it is.
Right.
If you will all excuse us, my companions and I need to speak in private.
Converse, yeah.
Yeah, Daniel's like, "Oh yeah, no problem." Right. And Edward has his feet up and is staring out the window, and Daniel swats at him with a paw, and they both take off.
God, I really like that goddamn tiger. He's not tiger, what lion? He's super cool. God, he's just really
Daniel
chill.
is very chill. Yes.
Yeah.
Kansas City, Kansas. That's east, if I remember my states correctly.
Mm-hmm.
It always
Do you,
sounded kind of made up to me.
do you think do you think we can convince Sister Winter to take the train that way, or should we simply begin to make preparations?
I guess it couldn't hurt to figure out where the train is going. First. I mean, if somehow that's on our stop list in, some time from now.
If the train isn't going our way, maybe we can take the carriage or rent one or buy one.
Yeah, it might be pushing it to try to get the metal horses again. I could give it a shot though. I mean, we don't really here's the thing. We don't have anything to actually bargain with. Um Apart from money, which we don't have enough for her to care.
You don't think she'll care about $20 of American?
No. How much did she hand out earlier just for a half-conscious man?
Mm-mm.
Well, worth asking
Okay,
in the morning.
I would recommend we don't do it the same day we got back.
Well,
So
I've got
about 2 in the
no other
morning.
business in town, so are we leaving on this tomorrow?
I think that's best before the trail goes cold. Someone can actually follow a trail, right? I'm not particularly
No.
adept at that sort of
Not
thing.
very good at it.
Do the slow head turn towards Kane.
What?
Are you a tracker, Mr. Kane?
Friendly shaking his head.
What skill would be tracking? What skill would be tracking?
Kraken.
Track
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh,
None
there's
of
a
the
tracker
ones you
in this
have.
game? Oh shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. We just found people. That's randomly. It
Right.
didn't really. Yeah.
We just went where we needed to go, didn't we?
We're
I,
doomed.
honestly, I was just listening to Friendly here. I didn't know where the hell we was going.
Oh no, don't listen to me for actually finding specifics.
What are you talking about?
I think maybe we lucked in on the last mission, honestly.
I'll be honest, we got really fucking lucky. But we're a group of smart individuals. We can find somebody.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, we can find someone.
We're gonna need supplies though, right?
We can find someone.
I think we ran out of bacon.
Like, we can get some some rations, take with us. That's simple enough.
Well, actually, if here's the thing, even if Sister Winter isn't going to allow us to, isn't going to move the train, we could just catch a train. We are in Denver. We could buy tickets.
True, actually, yeah.
See, we're smart.
We're already using our heads.
And then we just have to make sure we coordinate with Sister Winter where she's headed, so we know where to buy tickets to on the way back.
Yeah, I will say at this point that particularly Abby and Thomas, having been here the longest, you have definitely been through the routine of sometimes you just go off on one of these excursions, right? And just have arrangements to send a telegraph to a location,
Hmm.
right? And then make arrangements via the telegraph, right, as to where you're going to meet up. So sometimes it's, oh yeah, like we're pretty confident that we can do this in 4 days or a week or 2 weeks, so we will plan to meet you in 2 weeks at such and such a location. Other times it's, man, we don't know what we're getting into, we're going to head out to X, and in a week we're going to send a telegraph to such and such a location, like either have a representative there or they'll pass it on to wherever, et cetera, et cetera. You follow me?
Yep.
Cool.
I think the train is a good idea.
Yeah, see if we can catch us a train. Then, if we can't, we gotta find another way.
I mean,
Uh,
we'd be able to buy tickets. We're in Denver. It's connected to some of the other larger rail systems around.
That's true. Shit just goes south sometimes. Yeah,
That is hard to argue, yes.
Don't want to get my hopes up too high on this train being an option for us. We're doing that up in the morning, right? Not right now.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we can all agree getting some sleep, doing
I'll
what we need to do.
I'll organize equipment. Be ready in the morning.
All right. That worked for me.
All right. Kane, I know you had some, or at least an activity you wanted to get to this evening. Do you want to talk about that now?
Yeah, I think Kane is gonna, when he heads back to his quarters, he's
Mhm.
going to start writing a letter. In the short form, he is writing to a girl named Mary Beth back in Chicago, and he's like fully lying. He's saying he's like a lawyer, and Wild West lawyer, and he's making up these grandiose stories about how he saved a man from getting wrongfully convicted for murder. And as soon as he's like, I think you see him for a moment as he stops, finishes, and like puts in the envelope and puts it in a drawer. And that drawer is filled with different envelopes, just probably the same thing that's going on there, just a whole bunch of stories that he made up for himself.
Okay. I'm just curious. Are they all written to the same person, or are they written to different people, or would we
Yeah.
even know that?
Mary Beth is the same. Like it's always
Okay.
going to be to the same
Always going to
girl.
be to Mary Beth.
Yeah.
Cool. Very interesting glimpse into Kane's life. Awesome.
What is Kane's room like?
Kane's room, honestly, very minimal. He has his desk. He has probably like just a stacks of books near him, like probably near his bed, like and bed, desk, drawer, and if he has a little closet, his closet, and nothing else. Probably just like his guns hanged up on like the banister of his bed. Nothing too fancy. I think it's probably the most luxurious he really ever lived.
Very cool. Give yourself a penny for describing your letter writing campaign filled with lies.
This boy's a liar.
Um, Thomas, you're up. Getting supplies ready. Is that accurate?
Yeah, while they rest,
Mhm.
I'll just do get like people's gear packed and
Yeah.
ready for them, right?
Yeah. I mean, as we've talked about before, to try and make the overall sort of management of things like ammunition easier. Like, I'm playing it as like the train is sort of infinite ammo. We're not tracking ammo once you get back to the train. And so what I envision Thomas doing is loading everybody's guns, loading the, quick loaders, those sort of, that sort of stuff. So that everyone rolls out, they're rolling out with um full ammo. Feeding, horses if
Yeah, all the shit that just it needs to get done, and
right,
I can just do it at nighttime.
right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything else you do while you're doing
It doesn't take me that long to do all that because there's no interruption at all to it.
that? Mhm.
Um, so that takes a little time, and then I do a walk through the train from
Okay.
one end to the back end
Mhm.
inside, um, and then barring any cars that I can't go into for whatever reason.
Mhm.
And then I climb up top and then do the same thing back.
Okay. Cool. Um, I will say that we'll say you learned early, right, in your train travels when it's safe to walk out on top of the train and outside the train and when it's not, right? So that we can just sort of hand wave that. Um yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah,
Abigail, how about you? What does this evening or a typical evening on the train look like for you?
I do love a moment of learning when it's safe and
Mhm.
turning and just some bar hits us and just
Yeah.
sends himself flying and be like, oh shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you definitely got hit by a bar and luckily fell in between two trains or two train cars as opposed to off the side. And so I mean, it hurt, but you at least landed on like a train, one of the platforms at the end of a train car as
Yeah, yeah,
opposed
yeah.
to getting knocked off or rolling under it. Um, but yeah, no, I think that sounds good. Um, Abigail, how about you? Anything in particular?
In her room, Abigail every night is waits till she is alone,
Mhm.
pulls a little notebook out from like underneath a drawer, like
Mhm.
stuck to the bottom of a drawer, and just goes through and finds the first blank couple lines and begins taking her own medical vitals,
Okay.
and just jots those down, just sort of shakes her head a little bit, and begins to go through. She has a copy of the research from that she just got
Yep.
from. My mind is not working here, but is going
From
to start
Charlotte.
going through that. Yeah, from Charlotte. I was trying to think of the other guy's name.
Oh, Amberton.
Yes, Jack Amberton. There it
Yeah.
is. She's just starting to go through those notes and sort of jot stuff down in a different little book.
Cool. Excellent. And Friendly, how about you?
Yeah.
What does this evening and or a typical evening on the train look like for you?
I think Friendly's room is pretty sparse, other than like one little stool, and a little like kind of trunk in the corner
Mhm.
that's opened up. Most of it, I think, is covered in little like strips or bits of leather that have like the carvings of the various religious symbols that Friendly like tries to get them right before he carves them onto his glove. So like on this particular night, he's working on like one of the like I'm trying to think of what a difficult one to carve would be. Probably like the wheel of Dharma from Buddhism. Like the wheel that's like super complex, has all
Yeah.
these like cross thing. He's like trying to do it with a knife and no aptitude. So
There's no way in hell.
no, there isn't.
Yeah.
He's doing like he's going through so many iterations trying to get it right. Like doing one half of the strip, he turns it back over, he tries the second half, he gets to the end of it, he isn't satisfied.
I
Goes
I
back to like working on his Jesus fish.
Nice. I do like to think that on one of these practice strips, you've accidentally made the coexist bumper sticker.
Yeah. Like there's a lot of there's so many that are complex, some that have like swoops and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's real hard to do the swoops with a knife on leather.
Yeah.
The
With
cross
no
is so
training
fucking
and
easy.
just a knife. Yeah.
Yeah,
Curve's
cross
difficult.
is so easy. So
Uh-huh.
many curves, such a problem. But yeah, I think it's a thing he does. Even it probably a lot of these don't ever even make it to the glove. Like if he can't do it justice, he just stops, right? So if it's too complex, he doesn't keep going anymore. But he tries a lot longer than he should, and he generally does it like for several hours before he goes to bed whenever we're on the train.
Cool. Very cool. You know what? Everybody, Oni, you've already done this, so Ted and Cody and Sean, give yourself a Benny for these glimpses into the personal lives of uh, Abby and Friendly and Thomas. Very cool.
We got some cool things going on around here.
Yeah. Morning comes and you hear a pounding on the outside of your common train car. Pretty early too. I'd say maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning.
I open it.
Yeah, it's
It seems like a Thomas problem.
it's Sister Winter who just marches right in. It's like, yeah, I spoke with your benefactor, and it sounds like we'll be pulling up stakes here in about 3 days, headed for Wichita.
I was never good with Kansas.
Far east, near the bottom of the state where it's near Oklahoma.
Is that where we're going?
I have academics.
Well, no, you see, Lakeland
Wait, no,
is
I don't.
Lakeland is close to the border of Colorado. So, but the train goes relatively close to there. We'll stop at one of the local stops around there, and you guys can head out probably a day's ride from the closest stop, is my guess, if that works for you.
Sounds
That
good.
sounds
Thanks for
lovely.
lending us the ride, by the way.
Sure, not a
Very,
problem.
very much appreciated.
Yeah, not a problem. You know, this doesn't sound like a big deal, and I mean, we're going to be putting on shows in Wichita anyway, so it sounds like the whole thing's relatively close. Shouldn't be gone all that long. As long as there's an end date, I don't really mind too much. It's when you guys are like, "Oh, we're heading out and we'll be back." It makes me nervous.
I don't want to presume. Are you loaning us your metal carriage or just some standard horses?
Well, do you think you're going to need the metal carriage? I thought. I mean, I don't know what the job is down there, but it sounded like it was a easy in, easy out type of situation. I figured some horses would be all right.
That's fair. You never
Do you,
know for sure with these jobs.
well, do you need the carriage?
Of course, and we're happy that you lent it.
I will say any time that you lend to us the carriage increases the odds of a smooth and successful voyage, I think.
Well, I understand that. It also increases the odds of me not seeing the carriage again.
That's true. That's true. Something to weigh out, I suppose.
All right. Well, why don't we say this, right? I'll lend it to you this time, and I'll have a conversation and see if I can't eke a little more services fees out of your benefactor, so that we can make this more a regular thing, and you don't have to keep worrying from time to time. Does that sound like a good idea to you?
It seems more than fair to me, honestly.
Nice business acumen.
Mm-hmm.
She grins and is as she's leaving the train car. Fucking Buffalo Bill would have thought so. Son of a bitch. Slams the door shut.
Friendly, you did great on getting us the carriage.
What do you mean?
Well, didn't you say you was gonna try to get it, and we have it?
I didn't do anything though. All I did was ask.
I just pat my brother on the shoulder.
All right, I'm gonna get my 15 minutes in. Is everybody okay with that, or do you want me to wait a little longer? he holds up the harmonica.
Are you working on a new one, or still trying to finish the old?
Same one.
Hmm. Then hell yeah.
Good Lord.
I do not do it in the common room, but I don't think these walls are thick enough to get rid of the fucking sound that's coming out of the
Okay.
just coming out of your room.
Just out of curiosity, Kane, where are you when all of this has been going down? It's like 6:30 in the morning, 7:00 in the morning.
I Kane's probably still in his room, but he hears that fucking harmonica start. It's like hearing your work alarm just start going. Oh fuck.
Thank you very much for anticipating exactly why I was asking the initial question. That's beautiful. Okay. Y'all have 3 days. We don't need to go through it moment by moment, but I just want to check with anybody. Anything you want to do in particular over this sort of course of downtime? And actually, let me think what I call up the calendar here. Yeah, so anything that you would like to do over the course of the next couple days?
Do we know Kane's last name?
I don't know.
Friendly
Kane?
knows it. Friendly knows my full real name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nobody else
Okay.
does. I don't tell everybody.
Okay. Okay. Keep your secrets then.
That's the point. That's the
Yeah. It's a thing.
You said
You
this is
wanna
a
know the
3-day.
name?
What was that, Ted?
I said you said this is a 3-day trip.
No, the trip's not going to start for 3 days. So you've got 3 more days
We got 3
of
days
the
here.
review going on in Denver.
Yeah,
And
if you want to do something.
right, and we don't need to go through like moment by moment, but it's just if there's anything that you would like to do either at the review or on the train or in the city, now would be the time to let me know.
Well, there is no way that we are here for 3 days and Abigail does not get insanely bored.
Okay.
I probably just manifests as kind of bugging everyone else around her to just do stuff. Let's go into Denver. I'm bored. What?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about going to a hospital. You want to go with me?
Friendle.
Yo, I think Jones raises her hand. She wants to go to the hospital too.
Yeah, that checks out. I mean, none of us know why, or none of you know why, but
No,
yeah, it
we
would
don't
check
know
out
why.
that she'd want to go to the hospital.
She's a great person, always going down to help.
Yeah.
I think I'll see the pharmaceutical man.
Friendle, I mean this with all the love in my heart, but what the fuck?
What do you mean?
What? Why would you want to go to a hot? You're going to.
To go
You're
help
going
out.
to go.
Yeah,
That's not exciting.
I could. I'm pretty sure I could do a lot of good.
I mean, we can walk
day.
together, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to go work.
It's not. Maybe for you, it's not work. It's practice. Does that make it better?
No, not particularly, and I'm not sure they're just going to let a strange doctor suddenly just start working in their hospital.
That's true. I don't think they'd let a strange doctor in.
You say that with a lot of implied meaning.
I think they'll probably let me in.
Not the licensed doctor, but the actual random guy.
Yes, licensed doctor.
That is me, a licensed professional.
I guess. Do you wanna come? You walk with me too there, and then let me know where you go. We'll meet up.
Yep, that's fine. I'm just go see what I can find in Denver. I have.
As we start to walk, he hands the cowboy hat over to you and goes, "It's sunny out, and the top of your ears are getting a little burnt."
I have my own hat. I am an adult. You're not. Wait,
Yeah,
I'm older than you. Why are you always the big brother?
you've been forgetting to wear it a couple. You're already getting kind of Takes his hat back and puts it on. Which I
Excellent.
guess of the two of us, I imagine Abigail is pretty pale. Like,
Oh God, yes.
yeah, because Friendly looks pretty ruddy and fucked up from like sun exposure. Imagine Abby's like the opposite, like completely
yeah.
pale.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean,
untouched.
I imagine Friendly fits that old saying, has a face like a catcher's mitt.
It's like halfway there, right? It's like
Right.
this is the Animorphs in between normal person and
Right.
that. This is the proto that. But yeah, I'm gonna head off to probably not a big hospital, but like some kind of clinic.
Well, I got news for you, right? You're not heading off to a big hospital because there's no such thing as a big hospital, right? At
Yeah,
least not in Denver, right?
that
It's
makes sense.
just sort of an open pavilion style, lots of beds with people
Yeah.
in various states of distress. But it does make it very easy for you to just go from bed to bed and, try and be a sympathetic ear and do what you can for some people. You're stopped pretty quickly, right? But also, like,
Mm-hmm.
your just general vibe is so like calm and pleasant enough that you're also left alone pretty quickly too. It's like, oh, this guy's not like seems the reaction you get from many of the professionals there is, wow, this seems weird to me, right? But also, this guy's clearly completely harmless. So, like, I got other things I got to worry about.
I think for like a couple of the doctors, I cast I I throw on like what would be yeah, I can I throw on like words of comfort or relief on people and like
Mhm,
remove fatigue for a time.
mhm.
Actually, it looks like I can just total penalty certain too. Yeah, I could just it for 1 hour I can remove somebody's fatigue. So
Okay.
like I see a doctor like really fucked up from like, this guy way overworked. There is not the technology in place to do any of this well.
Mhm.
Just pat that guy on the back and give him like relief. Fatigue just washes out. But yeah, I think I'd spend all of my PowerPoints like straight out
Okay.
walking around getting rid of people. Like I could do poison, I can do uh I can't do many like old things, but
Mhm.
especially new ones that are coming in, or just given a time where I can like reduce somebody's wound penalties, make them
Okay.
hurt less.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I can't do true crazy shit yet. Not a bunch of it at least, where I could just be like, "Oh, you got hurt a week ago. Let me fix that." But I can spread around a lot of little stuff.
Excellent.
Does Abby like just leave friendly as he like takes his hat off and goes walking in?
I think there's a moment where Abigail is like, "Okay, I'll be back later," and like Frendel just takes his hat off, walks in, like the hospital administrator's like getting his way, and he's like, oh no, you're not doing this to my brother."
You see Friendly just smiling. Oh no, it's no problem. I'll just head on in, do a little bit of helping. Consider me a volunteer.
Yeah, I think the hospital administrator, right, tries to stop you, Friendly. Um, the only individual that has actually made any real effort to interfere with what you're doing, everyone else is sort of that's bothered to inquire has
Uh-huh.
just sort of moved on as like, oh, this is not a thing, right? But the hospital administrator, when they see you, they actually try and get involved, and they're clearly creating some sort of roadblock. Abigail, as you've described, Ted, sort of jumps in and is like, no, no, no. Like, no one talks to my brother that way. Right. And Abigail, you immediately start talking medicine with this person, and this person is quickly like snowed under and realizes like they are outclassed, right? And so has like basically just waves you off and is like, look, as long as you're not treating any patients at my hospital, no one treats patients at my hospital without proper credentials, right? Which neither of you have, right? But as long as you're not practicing medicine, I don't care what you do, and walks off.
I just looked at Abby. See?
Shut up, Frendel.
Well, if you want to help, I can do poisons and diseases, which feel like they'd be really good starts. So when we find somebody, you tell me like this is a really good one to get rid of, and then I'll do that one first.
Just you start over there, I'll start over here, and we'll meet in the middle.
All right. Remember, be nice
I'm always nice.
to me.
Well, who else? Who else matters?
He like reaches out and just has the biggest beaming smile. All right. And remember, it's not a race. As he turns on his heel and starts walking very fast.
Very nice. Excellent. I imagine, Friendly, you're going to spend as much time here as you're allowed. How long do you hang in, Abby?
As long as Frendel does.
Okay. All right.
Brendel's here long after the PowerPoints have gone out.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Brendel's
imagine.
definitely got like a level of fatigue because he tried to like push beyond his ability, like with no PowerPoints left. Was like, I'll do it anyway. Fucked himself up. But yeah, if this was like morning, it's probably like, mid-afternoon to evening when
Okay.
Friendly runs out of steam and is like physically exhausted.
Gotcha.
It's a good thing it's not a race because you're tired and I'm still going.
I think the eyes narrow for a moment, and for a brief flicker, you see the childhood Frendel, the piece of shit, that little flash of mischief before he turns back and goes, "Well, only one of us has the doctor, so I guess this is part of your training."
Yes. There were very many long nights, but it does feel good to be actually helping people that need it instead of just the less than savory individuals our parents helped.
Some of the rich people were kind of okay sometimes.
I mean, mostly they were assholes.
Oh,
Lots of
yeah.
assholes.
But see, don't you feel better? Aren't you glad he came?
I admit nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Let's put a pin right there and check in. Thomas, anything over these 3 days that Thomas is getting up to?
I don't have anything in particular.
Okay. Kane, anything over these 3 days you're getting up to?
Kane is more of a recluse
Okay.
in his like real daily life, and I think if Abigail does like come around, I feel like that would,
Absolutely.
yeah, I think he would definitely, because he is a learned man, but
Mhm.
he is not fully academic yet. He's not there,
Mhm.
and he has a theory upon like how you should view life, and he's he's trying to tap into that sense of regret that was there when he was like, close to death.
Yeah.
And, and it's leaning towards like the absurdist like Albert Camus view of life where it's just like nothing really matters, but if nothing matters, you know, make whatever you want matter. But in this theory, it's not that nothing like there's no God or anything,
Yeah.
because he believe it's more of like God is dead, so there's nothing to uphold. Do what you want to do. Live your life how you want to live it.
And is your plan to have these types of conversations with Abby when she comes around?
I'm 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 gonna have those kinds of conversations with Abigail to see if like to like really like work on it, but I'm gonna try to like write it down
Okay.
and like yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, if that's brought up to Abigail, her response is basically along the lines of, I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of death in my job, and a lot of people who have regrets, and a lot of people who wish they had done other things or lived their life a different way. And in the end, it would seem that what matters is when you're at that end, that you're satisfied with how you got there. We're all dying in a fashion, some faster than others, some more violently than others. Make sure whatever it is you search for, whatever it is any of us is after, when that comes, it was all worth it. I intend to make it worth it. This is I can't imagine for any of us where we want to spend the rest of our days, spend the rest of everything for us. So, make your time here worthwhile. I was just at a hospital helping Frendel. I didn't think I'd ever want to return to something like that because, I mean, I've done enough of that. I've seen enough of people at the end.
Oh. So, what do you want to do?
Everything. I want to do everything.
That's great. Actually, I suggest you go on try to get into everything.
That is my plan. I mean, I'm certainly down to try many things that I perhaps avoided as a child or growing up. My parents, Frendel and my parents were very set on how things should be. Must be done properly. We have to. I'm sure Frendel's told you all about it. It was well, very typical New England upbringing. It was not terrible. Our parents weren't awful people. They were just they were our parents.
That's that's great. Um, how
What?
did you end up here anyway?
Well, after our parents passed, well, before our parents passed, actually, they wanted to ensure that our business would continue. And so to that end, they arranged for the other of the of the Boston families. There was something of an arrangement made by their son Jonathan and myself. It wasn't particularly great. Jonathan was a flawed man, and once he had passed, I decided to leave. There were various problems for me there, and found my way west to work at one of the Hellstrom Institutes, where I met / created Thomas. There were various reasons that we could not stay there, and Mr. Winters seemed to be a reasonable solution for our problems. It kept us on the move. It kept us away from Hellstrom. Not that there was any reason we had to leave or anything, but just
Chose.
exactly.
Hey, that's super fair. We all got to leave home one day. We gotta leave.
I have no intention of ever returning to Boston. I don't think Frendel does either. There's nothing there but trouble, really. So, being with Sister Winter and her traveling caravan is as good a place as any.
You know, that makes sense. Not a lot of good left for me down there in New Mexico. But
That's where you're from, where your father was a preacher, you said?
well, yeah, he was a preacher. And, that's why I spent a good amount of my time in life later on. But I was born near the east, down there in Mississippi. But you know, how do I say this to? There's no real way to cover this shit up. I'm black. We wasn't really welcomed a lot of places. It was best for us to stay on the move. We couldn't get too comfortable anywhere. Uh, so we ended up in the West. That was the best place for us to be. My daddy, technically, I'm owned by somebody else. My daddy was a runaway, but he believed in a better days for us, so we ran away. We ran away.
Yeah, Abigail looks genuinely horrified. That's over. That war was fought. Nobody can own you. That's awful. I am sorry you ever had to deal with that. It is a point of pride for Boston that for Bostonites, I should say, that was
Mhm.
not our way.
You know, that's what a lot of places said till you really got there and experienced the people. Met a lot of good folks. Uh, like my friend Mary. She's the one that taught me how to read and write. Uh, but you meet a lot of bad folks out there as well.
Yes, I imagine so. I imagine that's true of every place out there.
I mean, but yeah, hey, you understand a little bit. How do I say this? Of the fairer sex, you understand that on some level.
I was married off to secure a family legacy.
Yeah, you get it.
Mm,
Oops.
I don't think it's quite the same. I mean, being married off was bad enough, but I was not quite being owned.
It's not, but I'm trying to relate with you here, so work with me. It is. I find a lot of things wrong in this world, and I used to be a real bad man. Trying to be better now. I'm trying to be a writer. I actually always wanted to be one, but
What sort
it's
of
hard. Uh,
what sort of writing?
Oh, just old little tales, stuff out there in the West. It, just being on this train provides me so much extra good stories to send off and write.
Hmm, I hadn't considered
Worked
that.
out great. Yeah,
I suppose we do see a lot of things that most people will never experience.
live lives people could never even dream of. So why not write about it?
Why not, indeed? Well, I look forward to reading something you've written at some point. I'm not sure what the long term. I don't really have a long term goal to think about. I'm continuing to spend my time in the here and now.
That's fair. I'm I'm trying to do the same. It's kind of hard, but with a little bit of thoughtfulness, you you can get there, get to a good headspace. Try at least.
Excellent. Let's fade out of that scene right there. Lovely. Uh, and we will move on to oops, close the calendar. The morning of June the 28th, Saturday morning. Stakes have been pulled up late into the evening and early morning. The train has been loaded, and y'all are off on your way to Wichita. Well, actually, you guys aren't going all the way to Wichita. You are on your way to a station somewhere along the way that is close to uh, the Colorado border so that you can then head to Lake. The
Mm,
first part of the trip is uh, pretty uneventful as you let me take a look here. Yeah, as you dip to the south, um, sort of making uh, heading south and then looping to the east so that you can um, get towards Wichita. Um, as you do, you're sort of trailing the edge of the Rockies, and you find yourselves entering a tunnel, and you're not in the tunnel very long before you hear the screech of uh, the train brakes, and by the volume and the rate of deceleration, you can tell that this was unplanned and that something unexpected has caused this train to slow and eventually stop here in this tunnel.
When the initial break happens,
Mhm.
Thomas like grabs some kind of something sturdy, and then whoever's just nearby to like keep them from
Okay.
falling over or something.
Very cool. Yeah, you know what? Let's just for shits and giggles, let's have everybody make an agility check. Thomas, I want you, in addition to making the agility check, roll me a d6. 1 and 2 will be Kane. 3 and 4 will be Friendly. 5 and 6 will be Abigail for who you're grabbing hold of.
Okay.
Right. So you grab Abigail.
Oh, the 5. I think it's the same maybe, but the 5 is my D6.
Yeah. Yeah. The 5's your D6, and was the agility rolls also a 5? Awesome. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. How about everybody else? Agility rolls from everybody.
All right. A lot of 5s going around.
He's so
Yeah.
agile. He's smart. He's agile.
Yeah. Dude, he came up with absurdism
boy.
like 60 years before Camus. Like, that's pretty bright, dude.
Hey,
Also a 5.
Yeah.
Friendle's serving with the 9.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not even aware that anything's going on.
Right. Right. Despite the fact that this train has stopped abruptly at a place where trains rarely, if ever, stop, all of you clearly have been train travelers enough at this point that no one is really fazed by this. But you have come to a complete stop. It's I mean, you're in a tunnel, so other than the lights that are on in your car, you can't really see anything. What would you like to do?
Lanterns. And I point to where I keep the lanterns in
Okay.
our equipment area.
Who all is carrying lanterns?
I'm not carrying one.
I got
Thomas
a
will
free
carry a
hand.
lantern. Yeah, I'll put
I got a free hand.
Okay, cool.
I will grab one as well.
Okay. Just
Strike
give
a
me
match.
second. Right, as I update some lighting for people.
Oh, I'm on the overland map.
Yeah, everybody is right now because the next question is, where's everybody headed? What's the plan? Are you hanging out in your car waiting to see what happens?
Head on out.
Yeah, we definitely go check.
Yeah, first it's probably reflexes find Abby, then find Kane.
We
Okay.
gather ourselves and then go step outside, take a look, see what we can
Okay.
find.
Are you headed towards the front of the train or to the back of the train?
Towards the front because we're heading
Yeah,
towards
'cause
the
it's where-
stoppage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoever
Yeah.
stopped it because something's
Right.
up there.
Just making sure. All right. Give me 2 more seconds here. All right. Great. You are at the front of the train, and what you see, what this white box is, right? Railroad ties have sort of been piled up on the track. And if everyone could make me a notice roll, this is not complicated. Like someone's going to see what's on here. I just want to know who sees it.
Popping off.
Right.
Hot
And,
damn,
right.
friendly.
And,
What the fuck?
right. And maybe get some people to waste their
Jesus
fucking aces
Christ.
so that if there's trouble, like I don't have to deal with this nonsense.
God.
Yeah, I mean, Thomas, you're probably more concerned with everyone else and their footing, right? To notice this. But friendly, you clock immediately scrawled into one of these railroad ties. And Abby and Kane, you see this as well. Like just carved into one of these, it says in pretty big letters, help. Right? Friendly, the one thing that you notice that Abigail and Kane don't notice with your 15, right, is that the wood from the carved area, from the letters that have been carved out, like it's fresh. This has been carved recently. Like that carved out area has not weathered at all.
Mm-hmm. That's new. That's new. So somebody needs help.
Also seems not particularly good.
Odd way of asking.
I don't believe it.
Well, either somebody needs help or it's an ambush. In either case, forward is the way.
I hold the lantern high, and there's no like tunnels around, like in the walls of this train tunnel, is there?
Not that you can
Burrows and
see.
such.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, this is a smooth tunnel. I mean, there's, as you can see, there's some debris, right? But that's more just normal wear and tear on the tunnel. There's nothing, at least in this area, there's, nowhere to go but forward or back.
How does the way forward look? Does it? Do we have to clear anything, or can we climb it?
I mean, like you guys can just walk around it. Like
Yeah, it's just
it's just the train can't make it through.
I think, right, like the rest of the people on the train are obviously going to come see like what is happening.
Yeah, I mean, the engineer's already out, and he and some of the other crew members are starting to pull these railroad ties down.
Looks like they got this handled.
Yes, we should. Abigail will starts to say something and then looks over at Friendly and just sighs. We should
big
probably
smile.
figure who left this message.
There's more tunnel and a opening.
Well, do we go on through or through one of these side things?
Who said they were good at tracking?
No one and
You
no
know,
one.
I'm not good at tracking, but I'm definitely I'm good at not
Um,
being seen as well. So
It's at this point that you start hearing I mean, it's hard to make out exactly what it is, but you hear like the echoes of some clicking coming from
Mm.
this area over here. Like it's coming from that end of the tunnel.
They said 01001. You said from further in the train tunnels?
Yeah, coming from the direction of the train. So coming from like the echoes are you're hearing them from here.
Oh, from behind where? Okay.
Yeah.
I hold here.
Okay. There's a spot, some kind of cave back here.
Well,
Which tunnel do we check?
Oh, only one of them's got a sound, as far as I know. You hear anything in the other one?
Do I hear anything in the other?
No, you do not. But just to be clear, right? You're not actually hearing it from here. Hold on. You're not hearing it from here. You're hearing it from down that way on the tunnel.
Yeah.
okay.
It just sounds like clicking.
Yeah.
Okay, it's maybe, do we want to do a sweep of go through the train, come back up, make sure this isn't, well, okay, if it's an ambush, then they're trying to get the train, you'd probably come at the back of the train, because people would come to the front of the train to see what's going on, right?
I trust your judgment.
Mr. Kane, you have your pistols at the ready?
Oh, you thought I was coming out here without them?
No, I'm just clarifying before I say to my brother, and on we go! As in everything is in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right.
set me up here. Mr. Kane, you have your pistols ready?
Well, yes, ma'am.
On we go!
All right. You head to the back of the train. Other than the train, there's nothing interesting along the way.
When we came through, did we hear the clicking anywhere
I
along the
mean,
train?
not along the train, but the
Yeah.
further you progress down towards this end of the tunnel, the louder that sound is getting.
Yeah. Shit.
We're getting farther from the help side, friendly.
That's true. It's just the ticking is something, but if they need help there,
I'm trying to like dismiss them because I don't want them to just hear us walking down on.
You wanna stealth?
Yes, I would love to stealth.
all right. You guys go check. I'll think I might go back towards the front to see who needs help.
I will stealth holding a lantern down the
Okay,
rail
let's
tracks.
let's see those stealth rolls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's to be quiet, not unseen, because obviously I would be seen.
Yeah.
My robot legs do not betray me.
That's a 4.
Okay.
You move quietly, Kane.
You move quietly too. I think that scares me more.
Wait, there's something
Where at?
right down below. Have they seen the light of the lantern yet?
Thomas, I don't know. Oh fuck.
See, that's what I'm saying.
What the
Okay.
fuck is that?
Okay, what I'm going to need right now, Thomas, I'm going to move you and I'm going to move Kane, right, to the farthest forward you have been. Right? I now need both of you, right, to make spirit rolls at a -1 against fear. As you see, these creatures, two of them are out already, but you actually see a creature looks a little bit like this, right?
Oh,
Crawling out of one of the two human bodies you see splayed out on the floor floor.
oh,
Oh,
God.
Spirit roll.
Spirit roll.
Yeah.
-2,
-1
-1.
for this spirit roll.
Modifier.
Better roll.
Trait. Okay.
Okay, fucking man of.
Yeah.
Well, you are a man of steel, actually.
Yeah,
but
dude, that's like
yeah.
my worst roll. That's my worst roll.
Thomas is not phased at all.
I am phased quite a lot.
Yeah. You are both shaken, right? And
Stirred.
no, I believe it's fatigued.
Fatigue too, bro. What the fuck? Shaking and
With my because I got like a raise on it. Can that like extra raise be like getting Kane and like like getting his back onto the wall, so so he's not like looking at these things and trying to just flavor that like I'm trying to like steal him again, right? Like, hey, they're just monsters or something. All right,
Yeah,
ain't no
certainly.
different.
Right. I mean, if you want to flavor it, and Kane, if you're accepting of this, if you want to flavor it as you're getting Kane out of the line of sight, right? Because you see that
Yeah.
he's freaked out, right? Yeah, I'll allow that.
hey, I'll accept it. The fuck is that?
Can I hook this lantern at one?
Uh,
I'll hook it right here, the center guy.
yeah, make me an athletics check.
Okay. Take a step, lean back, and a 5.
All right. And where did you want that thing to go?
Ideally, this one here.
Um,
If I can get any of them is fine. If it's, but I was aiming here, but if it gets
yeah, I
anyone
mean, I
else, that's fine.
think what I'm going to do, let me find. Oops. Let me see if I can.
Or,
Make sure I get it right here. Okay, let me get rid of your light source, Thomas.
So from our perspective, we just see shit go dark up there. Lantern go flying
Yeah,
off
you
to the
see,
side.
like you clearly see, like the lantern is thrown because the light is like you see a trail and then disappear around a corner.
it
Yeah.
is getting dark.
All right. Let's do the following. let's everybody roll into initiative, please.
Nice. Oh, fuck, now I gotta remember how far I can run.
These sevens up, but come on.
Move
I see the
is
king, and then I
6
see my 7. And the A's.
I should say, and then run is a d6.
Man, your guys' cards are always good.
A grateful
Hey,
tunnel.
I'm always trash.
A grateful, foolish, and
The
defiant.
foolish tunnel.
I love that.
He's gonna be grateful. Grateful
Fucking
for
red Joker.
my
Goddamn.
lantern. Doesn't that like give them? We don't like that. I'm sure.
No, you don't like that, and I get another
Yeah.
Benny associated with that. So, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Here we go. Yeah, this creature right here whips its head around when the lantern crashes on the ground. And as is my right as a red Joker holder, I will go when I damn well please. Thank you very much. Kane, you are up. You are shaken, and you have a -1 on all trait rolls because you are fatigued.
Oh, okay. That's nice. That's great. Great.
And just so I understand, the lantern did not hit any of them.
No, the lantern is right here.
Okay. I thought I would have hit them because I beat a 4 on the check. Isn't that like a success in this?
It would be a success, but I don't think you've got the range on a lantern.
Oh,
Your
okay.
lantern
Okay.
range.
Right, I mean, like what you've done is illuminated the area so that everyone can see what is going on there.
Okay. Well, Adam, if I had known that I very clearly didn't have the range, then I wouldn't have done that, my man.
Okay, well, what would you have done?
Well, it has already occurred. I'm fine with it, but I feel like I would have known it would have been out of my range.
I don't know, like how frequently is Thomas throwing lanterns?
Oh, I
That
guess
you know
you're
the
right.
range of lanterns.
I mean, hey, I guess you're right.
Plus, Thomas is a strong guy, so he probably thinks he can like fling shit.
Yeah, look. I just thought like I hit the number and like that's the success that I needed. That's all. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm fine with there being fire over there.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god.
Kane, what would you like to do?
I'm scared, and the train is not the best option for running away right now. So I am going to. I guess I'm just going to try like to come into here, take my step in, and aim for the one closest to me, right? This
Okay.
one. And you know what? I
Great.
think I'm
When
going
you
to do the
step
better
out,
thing.
I am going to take advantage of my red Joker.
I don't like you. I don't like you.
You are
I forgot
shaken
he had that.
and fatigued.
Yeah, and this guy's just gonna pounce on you.
Oh, I don't like you. Bring it on. I die.
All right. Yeah, it is successful in wrapping its jaws into your thigh. You need to make a vigor roll at actually at -3
Okay.
against being affected by this creature's poison.
I'm gonna. And I already have a -1, so I'm just gonna put the
Well,
-3.
I've included that -1, right? So the total is -3.
It's already -3. I just set it for 2 actions to just put a -2, and it had like the -1 already there.
I don't think
Well,
the
go.
vigor roll takes the action penalty.
Yeah, it's just
This isn't an action. You're making this in response to what's happening to you.
Well, no, I'm just putting it there so it has the right modifier of -3 because it doesn't. There's no
Okay.
3s.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
You can actually adjust that at the bottom where there's like a minus, a 0, and a plus. And then click on whatever die you need to roll for your vigor stat. So it'd be a D6.
D6.
And then I think you have to hit the ace and wild buttons also to show that you get to roll a wild die in addition and an ace button, and it can ace.
Okay. Boom, boom. And let's see. We'll roll that.
Oh,
Okay.
nope, did not work. It did not roll. Well, roll another D6 because it didn't roll your wild die.
Okay. Yeah,
This will also be at -3.
Boom.
Okay. You were shaken, so you've got 1 wound now from the bite, right? And you are affected by the poison, which that will because of the rapidity of this and the fact that this guy's jumping in like on your turn, we'll say that that poison will start to take effect next turn. So go ahead and take an action.
Well, now I gotta shoot this guy even more. Like I think I'm in like a full-on panic right now. All 3 actions all 3 shots into this guy right here. Well, not even a guy, this fucking monster.
Okay, so you're taking 3 actions on this turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Get out of my way.
it's like -7
I'm going
because of the wound penalty.
Yeah, I'm going crazy right now. This is a lot. a lot for me. Set, boom, let's go. I put oh wait, actually, let's see. Put the -6 set. Yep. Let's see.
Yo.
Okay.
I'm still
Jesus.
hit. Oh my god, I'm crazy like that.
God.
All right, roll that damage.
Fuck.
9.
Yeah. You fucking end this thing just after it jumped on you.
Okay. And yeah. I proclaimed my actions to. I'm just panicked, so I'm probably just going to mag dump into this guy. So I'm just going to take away 2 more bullets.
Okay, okay, I got you.
Valid.
At the end of your turn, you fall prone and are paralyzed as the poison takes effect.
All right.
Well, shit.
I don't want to hear
Paralyzed.
you say that, bro. Say something better.
That's what you hear as you hit the ground.
No. Wait, they got another ace? What the fuck is going on right now?
You know what, Kane, you seem to have some pretty hot dice. Roll me a d6, and just so you know what you're rolling for, 1 and 2 is going to be this defiant tunnel creator. 3 and 4 is going to be your paralyzed body, and 5 and 6 is going to be Thomas.
All right. We,
All right. Yeah, this tunnel creature runs up to its dead compatriot and just takes a huge bite out of the side of this thing. It's about the size. These things, by the way, they're about the size of like medium-sized dogs.
hello?
And he,
Yeah, you cut out in there. They're about the size of.
medium-sized dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, and that is his turn. Getting a little midday snack. Friendly, what would you like to do?
Yeah, normal movement. Mostly
Mhm.
because I can kind of faintly see, but I feel like by here I can actually see how bad it's going up there.
Okay.
Let's see. I wouldn't have known to run, but I am in range to at least do this. I will use numb.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Does numb have any effect on
It
paralysis, or is it just on the wound?
it is just on the wound, so everybody can
Okay,
ignore
gotcha.
one wound. I've got an idea about the paralysis, but only because it's poison. But yeah, I don't actually have anything to get rid of paralysis. I was actually going to ask. It's not stunned, right?
It is not
The thing,
stunned.
right? Okay, got it. Then yeah,
Um,
that is the most that I do with my initial like, oh shit moment is
right,
those like tendrils sort of swirl out again, connecting each person.
gotcha. Um, let me just double check on the paralysis here. Hold on.
At the very least, it might help a little bit because it'll allow Kane to subtract to get rid of the wound penalty to the miasma of negative rolls that he has going on.
Yeah, something.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
Like,
It's doing something.
nice to get a raise there.
Oh no, the paralyzing poison is treated as stun.
Okay. You know, this is fine for the moment. I wouldn't have like really been able to see very well what was going on until I got to here.
Okay.
That is good to know though.
Excellent.
But yeah, that is my turn.
Okay. Abby, you are up.
I will go following my brother. Nope, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. I will stop there. I'm not sure exactly how far I moved. That is all my movement, however. I cannot really see any enemies at the moment, so I will go for a classic, firing a red dart into Thomas. I am going to use my under powers boost lower trait. I am going to boost his strength.
Okay.
Fucking Mighty Mouse starts playing.
Oh God, no, I'm not. I will spend a
Oh.
penny. Hey, with a
Yeah, that looks
raise.
right. Very nice.
Goddamn.
So that raises your strength by 2 dice.
2 dice. Not bad.
Nice.
If I remember boost lower trait correctly. Hold on. That is in Suede.
Yeah, that should come in handy.
Boost lower trait. Yeah, 2 with a raise for 5 rounds.
Okay. It's huge.
Come up, Thomas.
All right. Anything else for you?
I heard gunshots. No, that was my one action.
Okay. Thomas.
Okay. Give a look to Abigail, nod. I will take the shield off my back and put it on one of my arms now that I'm not holding the lantern.
Mhm.
Um, I'm going to run forward. I'm going to step on the head of this creature,
Okay.
and destroy it, and then run towards as far as I can towards the next one.
Okay. Just so I'm clear on what the intent is, clearly, if you destroy this thing, you are continuing to run forward. If you don't destroy this thing, what's happening?
Then I won't continue the movement, right? Because that's
Gotcha.
the declared thing.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Find my angle, knock it down a bit, and then try to crush the hit.
Yeah.
A 12.
Yeah, I think that'll do. Roll that damage.
17.
Yeah, splat. Whoops, sorry about that. It's not what I intended.
No problem.
But yeah, he's dead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it for my turn. But
Okay.
since I'm up here, these we saw one crawling out of one of these guys.
Yeah.
Does it look like the other guy? The same fate befell them?
Go ahead and make me a notice roll.
Seven.
Yeah, I mean, the one guy's busted open in the abdomen, and you saw the result of that. The other guy's got a real alien lunch situation going on in his as
Okay.
of yet unbroken abdomen.
Oh.
There's
Oh
a lot of
no.
rolling around going on in there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. That's my turn.
Excellent. Yeah, speaking of which, yeah, uh, this guy takes his action to burst out of the other fellow's stomach.
Classic.
Gross.
All right. Just make sure I have the right guys here. Yeah, I do.
Maybe this body is not so bad.
Yeah, this guy will try and take a bite out of you, Tom. Let's That's so strange. I'm not sure why it says that. Does a 4 beat your parry score?
It does not.
I can't imagine. So yeah, it just grabs hold of like a nice metal calf, and that is its turn. These two actually do have turns. Wait, that guy in? Yeah, we want to go to the next round. All right, Kane.
Kane.
Unfortunately, you are still paralyzed.
Should he have done a shaken? I don't know how all these things stack on each other.
I mean, he can try and roll to unshake or
Oh,
spend a Benny to
You're
unshake.
right. Yeah, I'm thinking of wrong. You're right. Sorry.
Right. But I mean, those are his choices. Anything you'd like to do here, Oni?
Oh, I was muted. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna try to roll that spirit roll to unstaken myself.
All right, and that's at minus two, minus 2, minus 1 for the fatigue, and minus 1 for the wound.
And that's already set in, or should I just roll? Let's see. Set it. Let's just. I'm seeing if it's already calculated into this. Not. Is it calculated in? Yeah, it is. Okay, I got a 6.
Yeah, so you are. I mean, you're still paralyzed, and you're still fatigued, and you still have the wound. Yeah, but you are unshaken.
Kane, the unshakable.
Right.
I got shaken up pretty fucking bad, actually.
Oh, and actually, now I mean, it's good that you passed it, but now that I think about it, it should have only been minus 1 because you are under the effect of numb, which would
Right.
suppress that one wound.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, it either
Cody?
suppresses the wound or the fatigue. Either way.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Great. Friendly, what do you have on tap?
Okay. Keep moving up. Seeing the 2 dead ones. I still don't see an alive one, and I don't see Thomas.
Mhm.
I will cast words of comfort, i.e. relief, onto Kane.
Okay.
I'm going to add the +1 to try to remove stunned, or to
Okay.
add that to the list of things that I can remove.
Great.
That'll work. So yeah, no raise. This means that I can remove the stunned condition.
Okay. So you are no longer paralyzed, but you are prone. Oni, your Kane is prone, has
Mhm.
is fatigued, has 1 wound, although one of those is suppressed thanks to Friendly's numb. Is that accurate?
Correct.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's it.
Yeah, if I had gotten raise, I might be able to
Mhm.
do one other thing, but no. As it stands with the +1, I can let me make sure I'm reading this right. Yeah, I can also affect the stun condition. So I choose to affect the stun condition.
Great.
That is my turn.
Okay. Let me.
Oh yeah, I guess the flavor for it is Friendly is
Mhm.
walking up and then just in a very like soft voice is like, "It'll be okay.
Okay.
Just shake it off."
The
The words like,
voice.
Yeah, the words sort
Okay.
of like roll with that like preacher kind of effect to it. Like,
Die here. Okay. Abigail, you are up. Are you muted, Ted?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I heard Abigail and was like waiting for someone else to answer. I don't know
Okay.
what the hell
No
I'm
worries.
thinking.
No worries.
I am going to continue following Frendel up. If I can see an enemy, because I still have no idea what the fuck we're fighting,
Okay.
I will go ahead and load some Gimpy. But otherwise, my plan is to. What is my plan as an action? Can I see that Kane is injured?
Um,
Is that a visible thing? He got chomped, but I'm not sure if that's.
I mean, I will leave it up to you, right? Because what you have seen, like, you don't see any wounds, right? But you've seen him just lying completely motionless on the ground for a full round of combat after firing his gun. And so if you think that would be enough to cause concern in Abigail, that choice is yours.
It would, but I'm realizing I will have to run to get there, which means I'm already taking. I guess my plan is to just I'm gonna run because I don't have enough speed to get directly next to Kane, and Abigail will pull her shotgun while she is running. I'm not gonna take a shot, but I'm gonna get it
Gotcha.
ready.
Okay.
I forgot how to
Yeah.
actually run, so I'm just gonna
Roll
a
that
d6.
D6.
Ah, that's all I needed.
Yeah, your total movement's 8. Perfect.
Oh,
Okay.
I see a person.
Yeah,
Or
what you
half a person.
Yeah, you see a body.
Oh.
Okay.
I like to think that because there's light in this cave shooting out into the tunnel, that it like looks like Thomas is fighting some large creature.
Right. The shadow on this side of the tunnel, it looks like you're fighting like a gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy will come up and again try and take a chomp out of you, Thomas. Yeah, and I cannot again imagine that a 4 beats your parry score.
Or will not. Like, slam them back to the ground, kick dirt at the other.
Right. All right. And with that, Thomas, it is your turn.
Okay. I should just try to punch one, but I'm gonna try to do a doozy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to.
You're going to do that Henry Cavill thing and cock both your arms?
Yeah, cock both my
such
arms.
a cool fucking thing. So
It really
stupid,
is.
but so good.
The fact that he wasn't even supposed to do that.
Right.
It's
so
incredible.
crazy.
It's amazing.
I'm going to slam one guy and then well, no matter what, hit the other guy. I'm gonna start with the one down below me.
Okay.
Multi-action where 2 actions. Okay. Okay, first guy.
Y'all with your exploding dice are just going to death me.
That's only 6 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you clock it, right? But you do not hear its carapace sort of crack.
Yeah, no problem. As it's dazed a bit, grab hold of the other one, kind of pick it up and hit it against the ground a few
Yep,
times.
love it.
Okay, a 5.
Yeah, go for it. See that damage?
Good. The
Ooh,
damage is good. 19.
Yeah,
god damn.
our boy is no more.
Pick it up and slam it back, forth, and then huck it against a wall.
Whoops,
Or
that should not have been used. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I scare myself.
Right. That dude is dead. All right.
dead.
Let's see what's going on here. Not shaking. Okay. Who's up next? Oh, yeah. All right. Our live critter here. Yeah, still gonna try and take a bite out of you, Thomas.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. That will 16 will certainly bypass.
16, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I left myself open.
Yeah.
Ow.
Okay.
Ooh.
Can you make me a vigor roll, please?
I sure can. It's just straight. Oh, I'm shaking. I already have the
Yeah.
7.
Yeah. Strangely, you feel the poison enter your system, but can't get to any of the biological components of your body. And so you do not find yourself in the falling to the same fate that Cain did earlier.
Hell yeah. I'm also immune to poison.
Oh, well, then there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Dead.
Ew.
Yeah, all right.
What the fuck? Why have I been rolling so well?
You're
have
friendly. He's
rolled pretty
lucky.
well.
I
He's,
am friendly.
he's blessed.
For our initiative, we
Yeah.
rolled really fucking good.
Yeah.
Speak for yourselves.
I so Kane is currently down, not stunned, but is frightened, or no, isn't shaken, is just wounded and
Yeah, right. Has a wound and fatigued, right? But you can see, unlike before your previous action, they were just out cold on the ground, like not moving at all, right? Now you can see Kane is sort of rolling his head, like propping himself up on his elbows, just getting his bearings.
okay, I'll get to here. I can now see Thomas. Yeah, the plan is I can't necessarily assess how fucked up Kane is, so I'm just going to cast. Let me check this. I'm trying to see. Can I do anything about total potential? Okay, I will cast relief again.
Okay.
But I'm going to use the numb portion of it, which I'll talk about in a second, depending on my roll.
Ooh.
Ooh, trended lower than usual. Okay, so I can reduce specifically. So this is a targeted reduce the penalty for wounds and fatigue by 1.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's a separate effect, right? But it's a localized, like, essentially numb that only works on him right now. So now he's got
So Thomas has
Yeah.
-2 essentially.
He could subtract 1 wound and 1 fatigue functionally if that's how
Okay.
he wants to do it, or any
Gotcha.
combination of those. But yeah, I've cast the direct version as which is just the, the 1 power version and the larger version.
All right.
That one will last for an hour, that particular one. So the one from no,
Gotcha.
but I'll keep track of that.
Okay.
And that's my turn. I can see how
Excellent.
fucked up everything is in there though.
Yeah.
Oh my
Kane.
God. I'm gonna fully get up. Thank you. Like,
You feeling better?
not yet.
All right, get
And
steady.
I'm gonna start walking over here, and I'm going to call out to the critter, "Look over here!" And I am going to aim for his head and shoot at it.
Yeah, let's see that.
Oh, come here, buddy. Where are you? Called shot. Set.
I know he won't miss and hit me instead. I mean,
That's
even
kind of
then,
why I moved. Like, worst come to worst, I might snipe your shit. I'm sorry. Damn, how low is my die? Oh, I
Yeah,
can
no,
ignore those.
that's great. And it's actually, I mean, it's still a hit, but it's actually a 6.
Yeah.
Since you're under the effect of numb, why don't you go ahead and roll that damage? Let's see what happens here.
All right.
Good God.
he has a literal cannon in his hands.
Yeah. Blow this thing's head clean off. Anything else for you?
Come on. That's it. I think I'm gonna start walking away. I don't want to
All
be here
right.
no more.
Abigail, how about you?
I have not seen any of these creatures yet, except dead. I am going to try to make my way to the dead guy just to kind of
Mhm.
confirm he's dead, see if there's anything I can do to help him. If I see anything, I will defend myself, but
Okay.
beyond that, my plan is to check and see if this guy is alive. Okay, there is one that is alive.
No, that's dead too. It's just
Oh no,
for
I see
some
the 2
reason.
marks. Got it.
Yeah.
I see Thomas. I see 2 dead guys, it seems.
Yeah, you see 2 dead guys, both with their chest cavities burst wide open. At least one of them, with some roiling still going on.
Don't like the way that was described. I mean, I guess I'm not doing anything about it because my action was to check this guy, and yeah, confirmed he dead.
Yeah.
Dead as hell.
All right. Thomas.
Oh yeah. Oh hey, it's popping up the thing to roll for my shaken.
You were about ready to punch this thing, and Kane just like right under your arm, the bullet came whizzing and blew this thing's head clean off.
Yeah. Hold on, I am. I'm not wounded. So I'm just looking at it's asking me to do my shake roll.
Yep.
Okay, none of that.
And just
How
as a
do you-
reminder, with shaken, right? You get the shot at the beginning of your turn just to make the roll. But also you can spend a penny literally at any point, just to say I'm not shaken.
to unshake, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So the numb is just getting rid of like a wound penalty if I have that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, I think I think I've done this correctly. Yeah, because it should add the flat too. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna walk over to which corpse is wriggling.
The one further down on the map.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to that one, go down on a knee, and put my fist, plunge into them to
Okay.
crush whatever, like reach in and then crush whatever's inside. That's
Yeah.
the goal.
Fucking gnarly.
Oh,
Calm
oh
down,
yeah,
bro.
but
It's dead already.
you love to see.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
You can stop rolling dice.
Bro's is dead, bro.
Right.
Calm down.
Here's what happens. I am going to need fear checks from Friendly and from Abigail
Yeah.
at a -1, right? As Thomas plunges his
Oh my god.
arm right up to his forearm, right, into this human's chest cavity, right? Pulls out this thing wriggling and gnashing and trying to take a chomp out of Thomas's arm, but Thomason just literally squishes his head like a grape. Uh, and you guys see this
What the
and
fuck?
are essentially like, yeah, that checks out. Okay.
Huh.
Like shit's weird. Got it.
I feel like the responses are just like Abby's just like figured it out. Friendly's just mind blank.
Mm.
It's just, huh. No second thought.
Okay.
I am realizing at this moment that I never actually decided on my advancement last time because
Nice.
I'm realizing that as I look at my spirit and it's D4 and I'm like, oh right, I was
Yeah.
trying to decide what to do and I never did. So that's
All
fun.
right.
Fucking awful.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah. Next time. And didn't seem to cost you this time around.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that is it for combat. Anything y'all like to do here?
Heck yeah, take a sample of one of these things.
Yeah, that is not a problem. You have your choice. Well, you have your choice, but also when you say of one of these things, are you talking about the tunnel critters or are you talking about their human hosts?
The people.
Oh no, tunnel critters, but
Gotcha.
also would like to go through the people and figure out who the hell these are if we can find any
If
identification.
everyone's doing good, can we get back to the front of the train in case there's more and also help?
There's a lot of tunnels in this tunnel.
Couple things. What becomes immediately apparent is these two individuals are wearing uniforms of railroad employees. They don't have Yeah, I don't think they have any identification on them. Why don't at least Abigail and Thomas, since you're right there, make me some notice check. And actually, you two make me notice checks, and all four of you make me is it common sense or common knowledge?
Common
Common
knowledge.
knowledge. Yeah. Everybody make me a common knowledge roll. Right. Thomas and Abby both. Okay. Great. As you're going through their stuff, Abby, you see one of them has like a Bowie knife that has some fresh like wood sharps jammed into like the hilt. Pretty good indication that this was probably the knife that carved into the wood timber.
The ties, yeah.
Yeah.
Kane got grabbed in the arm, right?
Kane got bit in the thigh.
Okay. I'm actually gonna use my I get out my little like doctor's bag that's all beat to shit
Okay.
and do this the old fashioned way.
Okay. Very cool. Thomas, you are able to notice you saw one of these things bite Kane, right? And you see similar like bite marks in the pant leg of one of these guys, but you also see puncture wounds, right? Like sort of where the kidney is, right? And you can surmise like, oh, it bit this dude, paralyzed him, and then implanted eggs into him, right? And that's what was bursting out of these things.
I'll say to friendly, make sure you're checking for any other bite marks or some such.
Why?
I think they lay eggs.
I don't Abby?
Mm.
How do I
I'm
check
going
for
through the other guy's pockets at this moment.
Yeah.
how do I check for eggs inside of someone?
Generally speaking, you cut them open and look around for anything that definitely shouldn't be there. If it's in an
Alive.
injury, then look around in the site. You might have to make a score mark to enhance the actual injury site and
All right,
make sure nothing.
you're losing me on some of the I might need your help in a second. Kane got bit
Okay.
on the thigh.
While you are having this conversation, Abby, there's a little fact that's like tugging at the back of your consciousness, and you're dealing with the immediacy of, oh, Kane's injured, Friendly's helping him, but needs help with some of the finer points of how to help him. We need to figure out who these people are, if there's something else we can do. But what is it about these creatures that seems odd? I recognize them as tunnel critters, right? And yeah, this is a tunnel. And as you're going through pockets and looking for things, right? Yeah, but they're called tunnel critters because they like cold, dark places. And the tunnels that they usually like are mines, right? What are they doing up here? That's weird, right? And that's about it, right? That you get. But that's just sort of just a weird sort of fact that like you've heard of these things. You remember like reading a little bit about them and particularly how they lay eggs in other creatures, right? just as part of your training on biology, right, and various biologies, right? But you distinctly remember, no, these are supposed to be deep underground. What are these
Mhm.
things doing? Um, Beyond that, I mean, you find the tools of rail workers, and um, one of them even has like an old ticket book. It appears that these are two employees of the railroad that were you heard that the railroad employs people to particularly in tunnels where it's hard to see to occasionally check to make sure the tracks are clear, and it looks like that's what they were doing. And whether or not they were infected before they came in here or these things were here and infected them, there's no way to really know that.
Got it. Um,
Do we leave them here?
I think we should bring them back. We can give them to their families to to bury and everything. There shouldn't be any threat from them. I mean, they they may have been infected before we came down here. These creatures are normally way lower. It's possible somebody was digging a a deeper train tunnel, or we're trying to do something. I'm not really sure. I don't
Maybe someone's doing illegal mining.
could be.
What if there's gold? I do need to buy another lantern.
I mean, we can keep looking. I don't think that these gentlemen were the ones doing any sorts of illicit mining. I think they probably found themselves the victims of these creatures. There were perhaps only a few down here, and then
We should check the rest of the tunnel and side passages. If it's all clear, then we come back and retrieve these gentlemen.
that seems reasonable.
You got enough of this goo?
Yes, I think so. They
Excellent.
plant their while we are walking back, Abigail will pass on everything that she realized and is just sort of mumbling to herself, like going over the details, trying to figure out what she's missing.
Abby,
Okay.
would you look at the job I did on the wound, make sure there's not any eggs I missed? I didn't see any eggs, but
I'll take a look. I'm sure you did wonderfully, though.
You want to roll a healing die for me there, Abigail?
Bam!
goddamn,
Yeah. I mean,
show me up.
look, you point out, right, that based on the pattern observed on the other two victims, this thing never got the thing that bit
Yeah,
Kane never got to the stage of
of
implanting
laying
eggs.
eggs. Yeah,
Yeah, it
you're
bit him,
lucky.
but that was it.
You're lucky, Mr. Kane, that you were never fully paralyzed, or you would have you would have not enjoyed that.
Y'all wouldn't let me put eggs in one of you bastards. Everyone's
Well,
Oh
that's
well,
great.
Mr. Kane, we would have lost you. You would have ended up like those poor men down there. I'll just pat Kane on the shoulder.
Kane, how
Glad
you
you're
doing,
still with
buddy?
us.
You asking me how I'm doing?
Yeah.
I'm pissed. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. Fuck.
The good news is this: as you are walking back up to the train, a group of performers and just work hands of the Weird Rest Review actually meet you as they're coming back to say, "Hey, we've cleared the way for the train. Are you guys coming? What's going on back here? We heard a lot of loud noises and then nothing."
Just some tunnel critters.
They were awful, but we handled them.
About 2/3 of the people that came back to get you are now running back towards the train. The final ones are like, you handled it? It's done?"
Yeah. Well, for as far as we know, yeah.
We should check the tunnel. We're stopped anyway, just to be sure.
All right.
Can you imagine if they got on the train?
Oh God. One guy starts to dry heave a little bit. Right. The other guy pats him on the back, says, "We'll go tell Sister Winter."
Sounds good. Hey, give me that extra lantern.
Yeah, no problem. You have you now once again have a lantern.
That's one way to get your lantern back. That is the way.
It's come full circle.
Yeah. Yeah. So you spend the next, I'd say, 45 minutes or so, checking the track to find nothing unusual.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, with that, are you taking these bodies with you?
If Abigail would like to.
Yeah.
No. We can whatever the next station we
Yeah.
get to.
Yeah.
We'll find something to wrap them in.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, not a problem. At the next station, you make it the station manager's problem, and head on your way.
You're
And
welcome, sir.
he's just mumbling about needing to find a new job. And with that, we will end session here.